Hi, hello, and welcome back to F1 Challenge Career Mode. My name is Mephisto, and today we're heading off to France for round 10 of the 2004 Formula One season. Let's get started.
Located just a few kilometers south of Nevers, the Magny-Cours circuit combines several short straights with an interesting selection of slow to medium speed turns, hairpins, and chicanes. Like the Spanish circuit de Catalunya, Magny-Cours is a modern facility built specifically for motor racing.
As usual, we start off with qualifying. I've just started my flying lap, and it's not looking very promising as I go off through this fast right-hander, but eventually I do find my way around the track, and that is a 124.2. That is very slow. Ah well, it wouldn't be the first time we start from the back.
Hello there. Welcome to France. The weather, as so often is the case here, is just wonderful. Schumacher consistently outpaced his championship rival. He starts first. Button second. Fernando Alonso third. Kimi Raikkonen fourth. Coulthard fifth. Sato sixth. Trulli seventh. Mark Webber eighth. Felipe Massa was consistently faster than his teammate. He starts ninth. Chrisley Dockrine 10th. Cristiano D'Amata 11th. Giorgio Pantano 12th. Juan Pablo Montoya 13th. The Sauber driver 14th. Barrichello 15th. Gianmarco Bruni 16th. Zobandada 17th. Schumacher 18th. Panis 19th. Heidfeld 20th.
And here we are on the grid for the start of the 2004 French Grand Prix. Remarkably, we're not starting from the very back. Apparently there were guys a lot slower than me, even though I went off-roading for a bit during quali. Anyway, we are off to a decent start, I would say, and I'm having a look at Bruni here. However, I didn't feel confident enough, so I held back, but that had the side effect of allowing Barrichello through. So, as we're speeding through this right-hander where I went off in quali, we need to think of a way to not only catch up to the guys in front, but to make our way towards the podium. We passed Bruni and Barrichello, then I decided to tuck in behind Pantano to avoid an accident, as we see Ralf Schumacher whizzing past, and I get passed by one of the Toyotas too. Anyway, here is a replay of the start, a little bit of wheel spin on my part, nothing too crazy though, as everyone rushes into turn 1. I tried to gain a few positions but ended up losing a few instead, so we're now down in 16th. Ooh, and I completely botched the entry through this right-left chicane. Thankfully we didn't get a warning for corner cutting, but the time has come to start fighting back. We first need to catch up to and overtake Panis and Pantano, after which comes everyone else. As we come through this new section of the track, it kind of reminds me of the final chicane at Donington Park Circuit, only less fun. Anyway, it's time to start pushing and see what we can do. As I go off through this first corner, nearly going off through this right-hander, but then I go off on the exit. Brilliant. And there goes Rubens Barrichello, but we should be able to retake that spot. Yes, we are able to. Now, brake hard into the Adelaide hairpin, narrowly avoiding a catastrophic collision with Olivier Panis that could have ended really badly. In any case, let's try and get around him. We pass him, then I place the car right on the racing line to keep him behind. Next up is Giorgio Pantano. A bit later on, I've been informed of an incident on the track, involving the two Williams drivers, so let's have a look at what happened. And here's the replay. There's Montoya with one of the Jaguars in front, they come into the second hairpin, and Ralf Schumacher drives straight into the rear of his teammate's car. Montoya is not going to be too happy about that, so with Montoya out of the race we gain a position, So we're now exactly where we started in 14th, and we still need to catch Pantano. A few corners later, I close in on Pantano and get ready to overtake him. I try a move through this right-left chicane, but he outbrakes me, so let's try again. Now, coming into the second hairpin, we still need to pass Pantano, but I get hit by Panis from the rear and I lose my rear wing. This is a disaster. Let's see that in replay. So, here we are coming out of the second right-left chicane, chasing after Pantano. I brake for the hairpin and Panis decided to use my car as his brakes. This is very bad. In we come to replace our rear wing. Unfortunately, it's so early in the race that we'll have to stop for a second time. We simply cannot carry enough fuel to see us through to the end of the race. Damn, this is frustrating. By the time we'll be ready to rejoin the track, most of the field will be halfway through their lap. There we go. That took nearly 40 seconds. That's a very long pit stop. So let's start pushing. One lap later, Michael Schumacher caught up to me and was trying to lap me. I move over and off the racing line to let him through, and he tucks in behind me like an idiot. So that took 10 seconds more than it should have. Just what I needed. This is lap 9, and I honestly thought that this was going to be the end of the race for me. I touched the grass on the exit out of turn 1, that sent me into a wild spin, and I missed the wall by mere millimeters. Coming around to finish lap 10, I take a bit too much of the curbing on the left there, that throws the rear of the car into the air, so there was not much I could do to save it, and now I'm messing about trying to turn the car around. That took about an hour and a half. At the end of lap 14, I once again take a bit too much of the curbing. Luckily this time I was able to save it. This race isn't really going my way, is it? At the end of lap 15, I had to come in for fuel and tires, otherwise I wouldn't be able to finish the race. Luckily there are no broken rear wings to replace this time. But I stopped the car at a really wonky angle. It's gonna be interesting getting it out. Oh come on, let me go. There we are, and I run over one of the Jaguar crew members. Ouch. Lap 21, 4 laps away from the checkered flag, and I go for another spin. This race is a total disaster. I can't even... Coming around the final few corners of the race, unfortunately I come home in 19th. I was slowly catching up to the Minardis throughout the race, but unfortunately due to a mix of spins and the AI being absolutely freaking retards when it comes to lapping, it took way longer than it should have. I'm pretty sure that if the race was longer, then I would have been able to gain a few positions, but the AI are really retards when it comes to lapping other cars. You saw it with Michael Schumacher, and that's basically what every other car that lapped me did. When you have to go out of your way to let cars through, that's not fun.
After that fantastic French Grand Prix, let's take a look at the final results. Schumacher first, Alonso second, Jenson Button third, Jarno Trulli fourth, Kimi Raikkonen fifth, Rubens Barrichello sixth, the Sauber driver 19th. With the results confirmed, it's high time we updated the Drivers' Championship. Schumacher extends his lead at the top of the Drivers' Championship.
Michael Schumacher leads the Drivers' Championship with 74 points. We are still in second with 49 points. Button is third with 47 points. In fourth we have Trulli with 44 points. Rubens Barrichello is fifth with 39 points. Fernando Alonso sixth with 26 points. Raikkonen seventh with 25 points. In eighth we have Takuma Sato with 21 points. Ralf Schumacher is 10th with 14 points. In 11th we have Webber with 11 points. David Coulthard 12th with 10 points. Panis 13th with 5 points. Massa 14th with 3 points. And in 15th we have Klien and Amata with 1 point each.
Ferrari move further ahead at the top of the Constructors' Championship. Renault are second, followed by the third place BAR.
Ferrari lead the Constructors' Championship with 113 points. Renault are second with 70 points. In third we have BAR with 68 points. Our team occupies the fourth spot with 52 points. McLaren are fifth with 35 points. Williams sixth with 34 points. Jaguar sit in seventh with 12 points. and Toyota are 8th with 6 points. That was an absolutely horrendous French Grand Prix. Really disappointing. And we were doing so well in the previous 2 races too, just to see it all shattered by an overzealous Frenchman who had to crash into me and ruin my race. Anyway, our next race takes us over the English Channel and into Britain for the British Grand Prix. Hopefully, things will go a bit better there. But until then, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Thank you all so much for watching, and as always, stay sharp.